What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and today we're playing. If you knew me last year, one of my favorite decks to play in Expanded was Flygon, and it's probably one of my favorite decks, if not the favoriteest deck in the format. Every time I made cutout regionals last year and went to Expanded, I was like, all right, time to play Flygon, and I always did really bad with it. But still, Flygon has a place in my heart. It will always be one of my favorite decks. And let's go over it. Now, if you don't know, I did a video about this 3 to 4 months ago, but it has changed since then. We have some new cards to add to the deck, and this will probably happen once after a new set is announced. I'll probably add, if there is new cards to add to this deck, we'll probably add it and keep the show going with Flygon, and we'll show how it can adapt over time. Now, let's go over the main kind of main source of damage. We say Flygon over and over again, and the attack is Flygon, or the attacker is Flygon, basically, and the ability is Sand Slammer. At any time between turns, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Now, this can easily be played around if your opponent doesn't put down so many Pokemon, you're only doing 20 to 30 damage, but even with that, I still believe in Flygon. I think he has great possibility, because everybody nowadays is playing like Shaymin, they're playing Keldeo, and they're playing like setup cards. So, just as Shaymins and Keldeos on their own, that's 3 cards which you can Sand Slammer, doing 40 damage per turn, coming back into you 80. If they don't one-shot the Flygon, you play Pokemon Center Lady. We took out the max potions, maybe we'll put those back in there, but right now this is the list I'm having. So the whole idea is a Sand Slammer in between turns. Now, to partner with Sand Slammer, we have this Shaymin with the ability set up once, basically, you draw to hit 6 cards, and what you're going to do is Sky Return for 30, and then after 30, you're going to send up Flygon, so you're basically doing 40 per turn, and then the Pokemon on the bench could be like 70, 80, 90, so 5 plus 4 is 9, so you have possibility doing 90 per turn, and then coming back into you. Wait, that's more than that. 6. You can do 100 a turn, because there's 6 Pokemon in total. Or no, 4. Okay, no, I did it right. 90, and then come back into you. You can do 140, and that's just from Sand Slammer and 1 Sky Return. Now, there is another version to play this deck. You could play it with a Selgor, playing a Selgor, Flygon, Dusknoir, I don't know. It's really clunky. If you can get it working, you could take out the Shaymins and the Jirachis, and you have 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. You can play a 4-3 Selgor, and you'll be okay. It will set up. Don't worry, it'll be a great deck. You probably should switch out the Skyfields for Tropical Beach if you do want to go the Selgor route. But you know me, Shaymin's my favorite Pokemon. We're pairing it with my favorite deck, and that's why we're going with this. Now, before we get into the Jirachis, let's go over Dusknoir. Dusknoir has the ability Sinister Hand. Lets you move around damage counters any way you want to, from one Pokemon to another. Now, one thing that can completely shut this deck down, and completely, I mean you will not win, is if they play Hex Maniac. If they constantly Hex Maniac you over and over again, Sand Slammer will not go off. Dusknoir's, you can't use Dusknoir's Sinister Hand. Sorry, I forgot what it was for a second. And you just lose. That is a downside of this deck. So the opponent realizes this, and they just hold on to their Hex Maniacs, and they're just sitting there with their Hex Maniac, and they're like, alright, cool, Hex Maniac, shut down your Flygons and Dusknoir, you'll just lose. And that is one downside of this deck. Now, on the bright side, most decks don't play 3 Hex Maniacs or 2 Hex Maniacs, and they're only taking prices on 90X Pokemon, and maybe if they use their Verse Seekers early, they won't have Hex Maniacs. I don't know. It's a big thing to consider. Hex Maniac versus Flygon. Whatever, we're still going to try it out and see how it goes today. Now, in the older video, we did play Team Flaregrunts and Zerosig to actually beat out the Seismitoad decks. That is this deck's biggest weakness. Seismitoad, Quake punching you, making it where you can't use Rare Candies, Floatstones, DOS Machine, Ultra Balls, all that good stuff. But this time around, we switch this out, and we put in the new Jirachi with the Stardust. Discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. If you do, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Now, some people are saying, Jirachi can single-handedly beat Seismitoad Giratina decks, and some people are saying no, that they can't, because the Seismitoad Giratina decks will play Crush Hammer, Enhanced Hammers, they play Lasers, Fur Banks, and if they start playing regular energies like Water Energies, then yeah, you'll probably lose. And it's debate going on. I don't know what the answer is. I cannot give the answer to that. But we do play 2 Jirachis in this deck because I think that's good enough. And we also play 1 Jirachi in X now just to search for a supporter card. And I'll show you why here in a second why we play that. And that's all the Pokemon in here. It's 24 Pokemon. But it's okay. 4 of those are Shaymin, which are setups. And you're going to be fine. And just think, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 out of the 24 are basic Pokemon, so you can easily just start with those, and you'll be okay. Now let's go over everything else. We play 1 Dash Machine to reuse a trainer card from your discard pile, but you do have to discard 2 cards. And the main thing this is going to do is to reuse rare candies and or floatstone. You notice we only have a limited supply of rare candies and floatstones, and Dash Machine could get you back. Now, we do play 3 rare candies, so that way you can rare candy to Flygon, rare candy to Dusknoir. But if you notice, we play a 4-3-4 and a 3-1-2 Dusknoir Flygon line. Like, that's a heavy line. So even if you don't get rare candy, you'll be okay. You just manually evolve into Flygon, and you should be okay. 1 Sacred Ash, shuffle 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. 4 Ultra Ball to get those Pokemon, 4 VS Secret to reuse supporters. Now, the thing you want to Jirachi for the most part at the beginning is for Bridget, Brigetti, Spaghetti, whatever you want to call her. You search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon. You could search for a Shaymin, and some people are like, why? You can't use setup if you do that. But you can get out an attacker. Let's say you're all ready to go. You get your Flygons, you get your Dusknoirs, you're under Toad Lock, and maybe you don't have your Jirachis. You're like, alright, I got Bridget, so we'll Bridget for Shaymin, and then attach a DC, and you can't Sky Return. Now, like I said, you can't use setup. You cannot use setup or Stellar Guidance if you bridge it for them. But you can use the attack of Shaymin. Like, you're like, okay, cool. I don't care that I can't use its ability. I need an attacker to do that 30 plus damage. And that's why it's cool. You can still bridge it for Shaymin. But the majority of the time, you're going to use it at the first turn. You're going to Ultra Ball for Jirachi, then get the Bridget, and with that, you're going to get multiple Trapinches and a Duskull, and you'll be A-okay. The deck plays 2 colors because we're going to have a hefty bench. You shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, or in, because you're not going to take prizes until the end of the game. Oh, sorry about that, hiccup. That is the plan. What you're going to do is you want to Sand Slammer everything, go back into their turn to knock it out to take all 6 prizes. Now, some people say this is really hard, it's difficult, blah, blah, blah. No, it's really easy, and you just have to be patient. Your Flygons are going to get knocked out. Your opponent's going to get a 32 prize cards, but then you'll be able to win. 1 Center Lady, and this is to heal 6 damage from a Pokemon and remove all special conditions. Just in case if your Flygon is asleep, you can Center Lady, heal it off, and you can heal off that 6 of damage. You could swap this out with the Max Potion. Now, let's see, they punch your Flygon for 130. It's not knocked out, but then you Max Potion, healing it off back to 140, and then you can Dash Machine it for later if need be. That's definitely one of the debatable cards. But, if you play Pokemon Center Lady, she has to be full art. That is the rule, and you have to play it. If it's a Center Lady, it has to be full art. No ifs, ands, or buts. Alrighty, and now we play 3 Juniper, 3 Skyfield to get up to 8 Pokemon on your bench. 4 Floatstone and 4 DCs. Like I said, you could swap out the Skyfields for Tropical Beach, but you have Shaymins in there, and you want to get multiple, you want to split the Skyfield out so you can have multiple Pokemon so you can Cold for more. Maybe your opponent will fall for the trap and they'll put down more Pokemon. This is just to help you set up more. And you can also Skyfield, and then when they bump your Skyfield, you get discard Pokemon you really don't need. Like, let's say turn 1, you get all 4 Trapinches down. You get down a Shaymin or 2, and 4, I don't know, and then multiple Duskulls. We can knock when the Skyfield gets bumped. You can discard 1 of the Trapinches, 1 of the Duskull. Maybe 1 Dusknoir is okay. You do play 3 Duskulls, so you can discard cards you don't need while you're setting up a Shaymin. I don't know, it's good. Like I said, you could switch out for Tropical Beach, or maybe something else if you want to prefer another supporter or another stadium card. But I know a lot of people don't have Tropical Beach, so that's why it is a Skyfield. And I really don't think you need the Tropical Beach regardless. You're still setting up pretty easily. But hopefully during this video, like I said before, I really do love Flygon. It is one of my favorite decks in the game just because of how the manipulation works with Sand Slammer and Dusknoir. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, we're playing against Ant77 playing a Psychic Grass Colorless. Virizion Genesect Bats. Don't let me down. Virizion Genesect Bats. That would be amazing to play against. I mean, I don't know how great a matchup that is. I just want to play against Virizion Genesect because that's my... We know Flygon is one of my favorite decks, and Virizion Genesect is one of my favorite decks as well. And we won the coin flip, and of course we want to go first, Pokemon. Thank you. So our turn. Let's see. And... okay. Alright, we have an okay start. Not the best. We'll put Dusknoir in the active spot. We can Float Stone it, put down a Shaymin, and... I don't know. We'll see what we top deck. It could be anything. It literally could be anything. Alright, we both get 6 prize cards, and let's see, what are we playing against? A Trubbish. Oh, that doesn't tell us anything. Oh, hopefully it's not Garbodor. Garbodor would be really, really bad. Alright, Shaymin, gonna draw up to 2. 1, 2, and... okay, put a DC on the bench. Shaymin, I guess we'll just end our turn. Yep, we'll just end our turn. End our turn. No Brigetti. No Brigetti like Mom Spaghetti. There we see Muscleman going down to the Trubbish. A Dementia Valley. And we'll see a Toll Drop for 20, 40. Oh, that's a knockout. Oh, buddy. Alright, so cheering for 3. Oh, man. And just a pass. No energy. All right. So, put down the Dusknoir. We'll play the course. Drawing 2 cards off the course. But we can Shaymin Sky Return. And we got an Ultra Ball Banana Pokemon. All right. We'll retreat into Shaymin. And we will Sky Return for 30. Setting up the Dusknoir, of course. And the next turn, we can Ultra Ball, discard the N and something else. Get out of Jirachi, Brigetti for 2 Flygons, or 2 Trubbish, and maybe another Dusknoir. And we see an Acrobike for my opponent, probably digging for more tools, so a Toll Drop can do more damage. And there we see a Surskit. So, he plays the Masquerade to move the energies around. Or not energies, the tools around. So there we see a Sigilyph with the Toolbox ability. Let you attach as many tools as you... Or, not in its mini, that'd be broke. 4 tools on its Toll Drop Trubbish does 20 times the amount of tools in play. So we see 3 tools in play, so it does 60 base right now, and then with the Muscle Band 80. But they needed energy. There was another EXP share, so it's doing 100. And any more? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and then plus the 20 for Muscle Band, so 100. But does Ant Z77 have the energy? And we see another Charian. Oh, okay, we're just playing a lot of Charians. I guess they want to play any discarding or ends or something. I'm not sure. Psychic Energy, and they receive a Toll Drop for 100. Yep. Alright, so in our turn, of course, send up the Dusknoir. That's all we were looking to promote. And on to our turn. And we'll have to Ultra Ball, discard the N and the Verse Seeker. And with this, we'll grab, hopefully, Jirachi is not Jirachi. Not that Jirachi. There's the other Jirachi. Okay, cool. We're in business. So we'll grab this Jirachi, put it down. Use it, and we'll search your deck for a Brigetti. Alrighty, we're in business, so we'll Bridget. I know we'll go back and forth between Bridget and Spaghetti, but it'll be okay. We'll get 2 Trapinch and a Jirachi. We'll just sacrifice the Jirachi to get knocked out. And okay, put those guys down. Shaymin drawn up to 5. It's turning into a great turn. We get a Dusknoir down. We could put down the Skyfield, but they could put down another Dimension Valley to bump it. So I'm just going to put a DC on this Shaymin. Retreat into the Shaymin, and we will Sky Return for 30. And of course, we'll send up the Jirachi, just saying, yo, just knock out this Jirachi. I don't really need it. My opponent will go down to 4 prize cards, but maybe next turn we'll have the capability to get out a Flygon, start using the Sand Slammer attack. They receive an Acrobike, gonna look at the top 2 cards of their deck and pick one. That's our third one or second one? Okay, second one. Alright. Alrighty. And he discards a Trainer's Mail, so the card must be something he already wants. And yes, it's a Muscle Band, so more tools, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 base, or 140 with the Flowstone right there. Does he have some kind of Lysander? Maybe bring up this Jirachi. We have 2 Jirachis in play, that's so funny. But you know, this Jirachi, like I said, is pretty good against Seismitoad and Giratina, and that's why we played 2 of those. Without those, you know, you'd have to play the Team Flagrants like we saw in the older video. But I really do think with the Jirachi, that is enough to beat the Seismitoad and Giratinas. Maybe I'm crazy, but you know, it's whatever. They receive a Light Cinder, bringing up the Jirachi X, and that's whatever. That's fine. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Yep, it'll do 100 damage, which is just enough. Jirachi has 90 HP. Yep. Alright, so to our turn. He'll take 2 prize cards, going down to 3. So it's 3 to 6 on prize cards. Can we make a comeback or not? I don't know. We'll find out. There's a flag, or Bravo, put it down. Let's see. We can Ultra Ball. No, put down the Skyfield. Floatstone the other Trapinch. And that way, if we rare candy into it, we can use it this turn. Play the Shaymin, drawn up to 6. Okay, we can Ultra Ball, discard the Floatstone and the DCE, and this can get us a Flygon. Where you at, Flygon? There you go. And rare candy into Flygon. This should be a knockout, and then my opponent will need another Trubbish with a an energy on it. So maybe we'll be okay. I'm not sure. We'll retreat into Shaymin, Shaybay, and we will Sky Return for 30, and then we set the Flygon. Both will take poison or Sand Slammer damage. Okay, and we see that the EXP feature gets activated. The Sigilyph gets a energy. We'll take a prize card, getting another Trapinch, send the Flygon, and the Sigilyph will take a Sand Slammer from 10. Alrighty, so it's my opponent's turn. Right now, it's doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. It's doing 100 damage right now. They were seeing a Level Ball. If they do get a Trubbish, a Psychic Energy, and a Dimension Valley. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually pretty easy. Okay, does he have a Floatstone attached to this guy? I can't see. An EXP share, Muscle Band, and Psychic Energy. Okay, so that's not a Floatstone. So right now, the Sigilyph doesn't have free retreat, but it has a 1 energy retreat cost, which it has a Psychic Energy on it. Psychic Energy goes down to the bench, Trubbish. And does he have another Sharon? I mean, that's all he's played. And there's his first Sycamore, right? He does play Sycamore. And there we see Giovanni Scheme, Mascarin, Shaymin, Verseeker, all get discarded. Another Sigilyph, Trubbish, Surskit. And does he have the Dimension Valley or not? That's the big question. And since he put down so many Pokemon, Sand Slammer will do 40 in between turns right now, which is great. Maybe we get that Dusknoir out, and they were seeing EXP share going down to the other Trubbish. But hopefully now we'll take damage by Sand Slammers, and I'm pretty sure EXP share, if I can read it, Rescue Star going to the Surskit. Does he have the Dimension Valley? If he has the Dimension Valley, it gets knocked out, but let me try to read this card. Damage from opponent's attack. Yeah, it's only from opponent's attack, so if we knock him out with Sand Slammer, the EXP share actually doesn't get activated, which is great for us. But it doesn't seem like my opponent has a Dimension Valley, so we see the opponent passes, everybody takes 10 damage, and on to our turn. Alrighty, so we're good to go. We get another rare candy, maybe we can, we really can't use it this turn. We'll put down the Shaymin, drawn up to 3, and okay, we get a in. Yeah, we'll play the in, we'll put a DC on the Shaymin, and we'll play the in. Hopefully we'll draw into, a Dusknoir. And we got the Dusknoir. Okay, great. So we're in good shape now. Put down the Dusknoir. We can move the damage counters any way we want to. 3, 4. This Surskit will get knocked out if we attack. So we'll do 3, 4, which is a knockout. We want all these Pokemon to stay alive. So we'll Sinister Hand, move this onto this Sigilyph. That's fine. I'll take 10 damage there. Cancel. We can get another Dusknoir out right now, but I'm actually not going to. We'll just save it, and we will just Sky Return. Hold on, let's do this. Let's put down another Trapinch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Sky Return, doing 30, and we'll send the Flygon. The Surskit will get knocked out if he does not evolve it to Mascarin. But we save that 10 damage counters. Every damage counter kind of, it really does matter in this math. You know, all the, the 10 damage counters could end up winning in the game or not winning in the game. They receive a Level Ball. Hopefully it gets out the Mascarin. Opponent falls for the play of keeping the Surskit alive, because then we can move the 40 damage counters any way he wants to. Okay. And there's the Mascarin. Okay, cool. So he can move the tools around any way he wants to. with this Masquerade, but I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see. There's 4. Oh, man. It's 20, 20, and then 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 120 in play. There we see a Floatstone coming down. We could potentially knock out both Trubbishes next turn, because they both have 70. No, yeah, we could. We can like Sky Return, knock one out, and then knock the one out with damage, and leave my opponent with no Trubbishes. But I think what I want to do is just take all the knockout in one turn, and there you see Tool Reversal. It's going to move the tools around anyway it wants to. It's probably going to get a Floatstone. I mean, that's what I'd get if I was my opponent. Okay, let's see some more Tool Reversals going on. It actually puts the tools in your hand and it doesn't move around, so we see the tools go into his hand. We see a Floatstone going down to the Masquerade. It can knock us out. It's got plenty of tools in play. There we see the Trubbish go down. A Psychic Energy comes down. And we have some decisions to make. This Flygon will get knocked out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's doing 160. Plenty of damage to knock out this Flygon. A Rescue Scarf going down to the Trubbish. Now, let me check Rescue Scarf real quick. From an attack. So, once again, it's an attack. So, I'm going to have to move the damage counters. There's 120. We can leave 6 on this Trubbish. And then we'll have another 6. And, yeah, we have enough. Like I said, we can knock out the Trubbish and this Trubbish. Leave my opponent with no Trubbish in play. We'll send the Dusknoir, of course. It has a Floatstone, so why not? Okay, we top deck the Flygon. Let's think about this. Okay. Alright, so put down the Flygon. Trying to decide, we can Douse the Machine, discard the Bridget, and the Ultra Ball, getting out to another Floatstone. Yeah. Well, Floatstone, this Flygon. I'm actually looking for an end to end my opponent down to 2. And maybe we can great spot that way. Yep, we'll draw to we have 6 cards in our hand. And cool, we got the Verse Seeker for the end. So what we can do is now we can just Verse Seeker, end my opponent down to 2. Okay, so we're in him down to 2. We still get 5 cards, but hopefully they won't be able to get a Trubbish and an Energy for next turn. We actually get a Rare Candy and a Flygon, so we are good to go. We have another Flygon regardless. So, put the Flygon down, and let's do some Sinister Hand. Now, Sinister Hand's not that very great in this new update, so let's see. This guy has 50 HP left, so it should be at 40 HP. 30, unless I did the math wrong, and hopefully I didn't. Okay, 20. And then 10 damage. Okay, so that Trubbish is at 10. Now what we want to do is 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually fine like it is. We'll move 1 damage off this Masquerade here. That should be 10 apiece. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. And make sure 4, 5, 6, or 3, 4, 5. Oh, we actually need to move 1 more damage counter. I thought it had 60 HP, but it has 70. So 1 more damage counter up to the Trubbish. And what we could do, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah. Okay, cool. So now this should work, unless I did the math wrong. We'll retreat to Shaymin. Do Sky Return. It should do 30 base. Leaving at 10 HP left. We'll send up this Flygon. And now this Trubbish getting knocked out. Not affecting the Rescue Scarf. And not affecting the EXP share. Alright, cool. So I'll take a prize card. And then we'll take another prize card when the Trubbish gets knocked out. Okay, cool. So that was a great turn for us. We kind of abused Flygon because all those attacks said by an attack and not by effects of abilities. So that's great for us. Alrighty. So what my opponent needs now is another Trubbish and a Dimension Valley off these 3 cards. Well, my opponent's only played 1 Juniper. I don't think he's played a Verse Seeker. He's played 2 Verse Seekers, so it could be possible. They receive Trubbish coming down. And this is his 4th Trubbish. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4th one. But does he have... There's a Psychic Energy going on Trubbish. Does he have a Sycamore or not? And that's the big question. If he doesn't, then we can knock out this Trubbish. There's going to be 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, oh, buddy, yes. We have enough where we can knock out this Trubbish. And it looks like we're in great shape to win this game. Alrighty. It looked really bad for us, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna lose. And he actually sends it the Trubbish, which is okay. Fine with me. And he puts another rescue scarf on it, but we know that we have the damage to move around. We'll Ultra Ball, discard Juniper, and a DCE. We'll get out a Rava, just trying to set up another Flygon if need be. So putting that guy down, we will use Dusknoir's ability once again. So you Sinister Hand. Now usually you don't want to do this. You don't want to take all the prize cards at once. So it's left at 20, 30. I don't know why my opponent put it in the active spot, but I think regardless we had enough to knock it out. We'll put down the Shaymin. Drawn to have 6 cards in our hand. We'll put a DC on this guy. And you notice I'm keeping the Flowstone just in case my opponent does Lycander's up. Lycander our Pokemon, we have a Flowstone to attach. And we'll set up the Shaymin. I was trying to drag it up. I'm so used to dragging up stuff nowadays. And we'll Sky Return for 30. Putting at 60 HP. Then we'll put the Flygon. Sand Slammer taking effect. And now the Trubbish, once again, does not go into my opponent's hand. Alrighty, so we're good to go. Take another prize card. Going down to 2 prize cards left. Hey, Pokemon Center Lady. What's up, girl? Alright. So it seems like we're a great spot. The only thing that might hurt us is if our opponent use a N to put us down, but we have all 4 Shaymins in the deck. We do have 2 DCEs and 2 VS Seekers already gone, but the possibility of us, dead drawing is pretty slim. We see a Psychic go out to the Sigilyph, and it's not looking great for my opponent. And see, both take 10. Can we knock him out this turn? How much is left? So 20 left here. We have 60 or 3. Okay, 3, 4. I don't think we have enough right now to take a knockout. We could knock out the Sigilyph and take all the tools off and play. Yeah, it seems great. Put down the Shaymin. Put the DCE. Because like I said, we do 40 base and right now it has 60 HP. So there's no way we can knock it out. Like take both prizes. So we'll move 3, 4, and then 5. Now, if we played Muscle Bands, it might have changed just the damage a little bit, but I really don't like Muscle Band. There's really no need for it. And there you see a victory screen. We're going to take out his Sigilyph out of play, taking out 4 tools and only leaving with the Masker. And there we see a mystery prize, and let's see what do we get off the mystery prize. All right, put 10 Evolution Dragon cards in play, and all right, daily challenge completed, and getting 60 tokens off it. And nope, no, I'm so close to level 30 in the Pokemon game. But there you go. You kind of see the power of Flygon Dusknoir. One game is pretty much all you need to see, and that's how it goes, really. Maybe, you know what, we'll get one more game in with an EX, and I'll show you how the EX games work. It's pretty much the same, except you're taking knockouts on an EX instead of single prize attackers, and if their deck's really fast, you could be in trouble, but I think we'll be okay regardless. So we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Alright, we're playing against Aaron Get 'em. We've played against this person before because I've said Cammy Get 'em after I've heard of Aaron Get 'em, and I'm not sure what he played. And we lost the coin flip. He's playing some kind of dragon deck, and I think he had the advantage. Does Aaron Get 'em beat us all the time? I don't know. Who remembers Aaron Get 'em? Anybody? Anybody remember that name? That's definitely a familiar name though. Alright, we'll see what Aaron Get 'em playing. He's playing the Dragon Sleeves. Oh, I remember this like 100%. Alright, so we start in DCE crushing it. Oh, is it a Giratina deck? I think it's a Giratina deck. Alright. Okay, show me Giratina. Jirachi, of course, and we'll just press done. Don't really need anything else. And we both get 6 prize cards. And yes, we would like to draw for the mulligan. Thank you for that Verse Seeker. That's exactly what I wanted. And there's a Keldeo. Gets the Secret Sword. There's a Flowstone going onto it. And in, that's fine. Our hand was pretty bad. Regardless, so we both get 6 cards. Let's see if we can get a Bridget and a Shaymin. And alright, we got a Bridget, but no Shaymin. So we see a Toad, Giratina. Retreat to Toad. Please put a DC on that guy. Nope, no DC. Alright, on to our turn. We get a Duskull. We can put down a Bridget. And with the Bridget, we get out Trapinch. And another Jirachi. Ooh, 2 Jirachis. Spicy. We'll Verse Seeker for another Bridget. Well, I don't know, just in case. Do we leave the Jirachi in the active spot? If we do, it could get knocked out next turn. We'll put a Floatstone on the Trubbish. Yeah, we'll just end our turn. That's fine. We'll see what my opponent does. We'll see if this is enough to can the Jirachis take down the Toad decks, is the question. Now, we know that this version plays like double dragons. They play the DCEs. So they're not going to play any basic energies. Not that I know. If you see Toad Scrapper, going to discard that Floatstone off the bench. Trubbish. And there we see a Sycamore, discarding his hand and draws 7 cards. Maybe I should have sent the Trubbish to let it get knocked out, but like saying, you know, whatever, I don't care, Trubbish gets knocked out. They were seeing Ultra Ball, this would probably get out. Shaymin, we see a Lysander and a Team Flygon. Oh man, that could be scary. Shaymin going to draw 2 cards. Or Toad, okay. Shaymin drawing 3 cards. Does he get a Muscle Band and a Laser? Does the combo he need to knock out the 60 HP Jirachi? Let's see. There's a Super Scoop Up trying to pick up that Shaymin. And heads, he gets to reuse that Shaymin. Does he have any cards to play down, though? There we see another Ultra Ball discarding Verse Seeker and a Sycamore. So he's down 1 Verse Seeker, 2 Scoop Ups. Okay. I'm not sure what he grabbed. A Shaymin drawing 3 cards. Does he get the Muscle Band and Laser? There's Shaymin draw 1 card. Did he whiff it? Did he whip it? And he did whiff it. We see a Quake Punch for 30. And on to our turn. Alrighty. And we get a Vibrava. We can use Bridget just to search for another Pokemon. I guess we'll grab a second Dusclops. That seems fine. We can't grab Jirachi or Shaymin because if they do, they go straight to the bench and we can't use them. Put a DC on the active and time to use Stardust. Discard that energy and take a 10 damage. Alrighty. And on to our opponent's turn. Now we know he does play like Crushing Hammers. He plays the the Team Flare Grunts. He plays a bunch of disruption cards. There's the Crushing Hammer number 1. Tails. Verse Seeker. This could get Team Flare Grunts if he wants to. Or Lysander. Okay, that works as well. He could Lysander somebody up and take a knockout on him if he wants to. Let's see if he decides to go that route. Lysander bringing up Duskull. DC on the bench Toad. And he could... Okay, he's going to rush and retreat. That's fine. And does he have a Muscle Band to go along with it? Super Scoop Up. Trying to pick up that Shaymin, and he does get the heads to pick up that Shaymin. Now, it's very interesting he decided to go with the Toad again. But nope, he decided not to put the Shaymin down, just doing 30 damage to that Duskull. Alrighty, on to our turn. And we top deck of colors. I'm not really sure what we're looking for. We're in a pickle. We're in a pickle. So let's see. I think still putting the DC on the Duskull and just retreating into the Jirachi. Yeah, I know we have to discard a DC, but I think that's okay. We'll set up the Jirachi. We'll get rid of a second DCE. We'll put the Flygon down as well, and we'll use Stardust, discarding that DC off the Toad. But still, my opponent can play Verbank and lasers and all that stuff. On to my opponent's turn. We know he has a Jirachi in hand. He can use it right now to draw the 2 cards. But now, right now, Jirachi cannot be hurt by Toad, but Quake Punch will still go into effect if need be. Alright, and I think he flashed a Computer Search. Yep, there's Computer Search, discarding an Ultra Ball and a Hoopa. This could get out a Laser. Okay. And let's see if he decides to go that route. He could go for a Laser and then, put down the Shaymin, trying to draw for that, try to draw for the Verbank. And let's see, does he get it or not? There's a Crushing Hammer and heads! Discard the DC out the active. Okay. And does he have anything else? And Hex Maniac. Okay, I'm fine with that. A Laser. Tails. Okay, so we're not, we're just poisoned. And on to our turn. So we're up to 40. Okay, so let's think about this. We can Douse the Machine, discard double in. And get a Floatstone. I think that's fine. I think what we're going to do now is Floatstone to Jirachi. Burst Seeker for a Colors. And just play the Colors, getting 10 cards. And that way we'll retreat to the Flygon and everybody takes the 10 damage from the Slain Slammers. Okay, we'll just Verse Seeker for another Colors for next turn. I was looking for another Okay, we got the floatstone. What am I talking about? Okay, so we got the floatstone. We can retreat into Flygon, and we'll just pass. Let everybody take 10 damage. Alright. So let's see, can we beat this deck? Probably the scariest deck for Flygon. The old versions we did play like Team Flygon and 06 to beat this deck, but now can we even beat it without those cards? And right now we've discarded 2 DCEs. Everybody's, we got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 damage so far. This is probably going to be a long video, and I apologize for that. But we'll see if Flygon can take down Toad, Giratina. Is Jirachi enough or not? That's the big question that everybody's been asking. Can the Jirachis by itself beat a Toad deck? And we'll see. Aaron, get him. Maybe it'll be a close matchup. We've discarded 2 DCEs. He's played 1 Laser, no Verbank. I'm not sure if he has any more DCs prized or not. And the question is he play another Tool Scrapper? If he plays another Tool Scrapper, the Flygon will basically be stranded. So let's see what Aaron Get him does. He only has 4 cards in his hand. And get him, Cammy! Oh, get him, Cammy, like, get him, Aaron. And, oh, man. Oh, nope, he doesn't. Okay, we're good. He's good. He's good. He's good. Never mind. Okay. Alright, to see what Aaron Get him does. What will Aaron Get him do here? And there we see it, AZ. Going to pick up, the Shaymin. Going to put it back down. Drawing 3 more cards. Probably looking for a DCE. I mean, I would imagine that's probably what you want to look for. We see a double Dragon Ninja go down to Giratina. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. Everybody will take 10 damage once again. And with this, I'm actually going to put down the Skyfield, play down the Trubbish, Shaymin, Colors, draw 10, 11, 12 cards. And that way, hopefully, we get like the Rare Candy Dusknoir and start using that. And we see a pass from my opponent, so he doesn't really have anything. Everybody takes 10 damage. Alrighty. So on to our turn, of course. And let's see, what do we get? Another Trubbish. So what we can do is put down the Skyfield. We put down Trubbish. Put down Trubbish. Put down Shaymin. And we will course for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards off of course. Hopefully we get some Pokemon, some cards in a DCE. And, okay, no DCE, but we get down to Vibrava. We can Rare Candy into a Dusknoir. We can Rare Candy to another Dusknoir. We have a really, really good hand. Rare Candy to another Dusknoir. Alright, and what I would do is move the 20 damage off this, the Toad, or not the Toad, off the Shaymin, so that way when he picks them up, they don't, they're okay. Alright, we still have the damage. There we go. So we'll put 10 on the Keldeo. And put 10 on the Keldeo. Now, the other thing that might worry me is my opponent plays Hex Maniac, so that could be troublesome. How much damage do we have aboard? We have 3. 7. 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. Alright, see if we have enough to knock out the Keldeo. So now we will just... Oh, we see my opponent concede the game. You can see, I think we might have would have won that game. I'm not sure. The Giratina could maybe... I was going to contemplate... what we should have probably done is Rare Candy to a Flygon. That way if we knocked out the Flygon, we would have been okay. But it's going to come down to, do we have any more DCEs left to actually tackle with Jirachi? So maybe the deck needs single energies. But we see that we did beat Aaron Get him. He decides to scoop the game. He realized he probably can't win the game. He could take probably, some knockouts, but I don't think he had enough. And once we knock out that, we would have done... So we had 130. Sand Slammer would do... 50 everywhere, doing up to 180, and if he attacked with that Giratina without Hex Maniacing, we would have knocked out his only attacker in play just for Sand Slammer. So you can see how great of a deck this is. And the big debate still, can Jirachi, beat Seismitoad Giratina solely on his own? And I don't know. That's the answer. My opponent played Crushed Hammers and Enhanced Hammers. We didn't see any Enhanced Hammers, but he did play Team Flygon and Crushed Hammers. We know that for sure. And I'm not sure how the matchup goes between Jirachi It's Seismitoad Giratina. Some people say that it does beat it, hands down, and some people say it doesn't beat it because you play like the Crush Hammers, the lasers, the Verbanks, and stuff like that. It does beat it automatically. Sometimes, it just depends on the situation. But there you go. Hopefully, Jordan expanded Thursday. You kind of saw the deck for sure in the first video. This time around, I was kind of contemplating, like, what do we do? I don't know. We have so many cards. But either way, I don't know. Maybe we could have Ultra Ball, discard, like, the Juniper and the Sacred Ash, get another Vibrava. The next turn, evolve 2 Vibravas into 2 Flygons. I'm not sure if we had another prize. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Thursday. Alrighty. Bye.